just wanted to give a quick update on like the Onision lawsuit situation. If you aren't aware, hi, I'm getting sued by Onision. Yeah, I made a whole video reading the fake ass email that he probably typed up himself. Like it's from Onision's manager at gmail.com or something. Like that's not your manager, Onision. Or it honestly might not be Onision at all and it's just some random fan messing with us. Apparently a bunch of other drama channels got sent the exact same email, including but not limited to Trisha freaking Paytas herself. So she actually made a video on one of her million podcasts that she's doing right now that I made a video on as well. So I'll link that down below if you're interested. But now, what's funny is that someone commented on my last video saying, someone named Hot Tea made a video calling Onision and Kai child groomers. And here's a link. I mean, didn't he serve the wrong Chris Hansen legal papers? Yeah, so I think that's what he did. Cause I was like so fucking confused why I was getting this email. Cause like I haven't made a video on Onision in well over a year. I mentioned him once in my social repost video, but like I didn't mention a crime, which is what he said in the email. So I think Onision served the wrong hot tea. I wouldn't even call this a serve. This is just a random fucking sketchy ass email. But either way, I wasn't too concerned about it. Neither was Trisha Paytas. So you know what? We're chilling. We're fine. Watch him like actually fucking attack me. Like, but yeah. So that's the update. Here's the video that the other hot tea posted.
Concept of grooming, right? But that requires you have somebody right after they turn 18. You just have this concept of groom.
Onision is stupid. On to the rest of the video. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So Alx James dropped an exposed video on Gabbie again. I feel like everything is repeating itself at this point. He basically debunked a lot of the lies that she said about him in the newest episode of her series. The best part is all the shade that he throws.
Gabbie, do you understand? You are literally like a pair of headphones when you put them in your pocket. The detangling, the exhaustion it takes to get them back straight and in order so you can listen to it.
On top of that, we'll talk about a recent interview with Harry Jazzy, where he talked about his relationship with Tana Mojo and also called his ex a clout chaser. But before we do that, make sure to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to this channel, and turn your post notifications on. Also, we have a Twitter account, so make sure to follow us on there. So without further ado, let's jump into it. Alx basically says that the internet is only now beginning to see the real Gabbie because all her friends are all finally coming out with all the horrible experiences that they've had with them. And like everyone else, Alx says it's not a coincidence that like 99% of her friends aren't her friends anymore. He also thinks her series is just a ploy to change her public image. Like she isn't doing this to heal or move on or to get better. She's only doing it to make herself look good. Something funny that he points out is that Gabbie always forgets shitty things that she's done because it benefits her, but whenever her haters or whatever get like a minor detail wrong, she calls them gaslighters and manipulators for trying to change the story. But of course she's allowed to forget things because she has ADHD, right? He also points out that she could have just not mentioned any of her haters on the Buzzfeed article that she made a whole deal about. Honestly, he's right. Just like Trisha basically fought the reporters not to say anything about her and Gabbie could have just refused to talk about all the drama like she said she so badly wanted to do.
One thing I do want to say about that article is this picture with your quote, everyone made fun of Freddie Mercury too. So what we're not going to do is we're not going to do Freddie like that. Not Mr. Mercury.
Alx also refutes her claims about him physically harming her.
Alx and I drove together and he was like, come stay with me. And he's like hurt me before, dude. For real.
He brings up a really good point here when he says if her accusations were true, then she would have brought it up earlier. Certainly before the whole fake ghost story drama. Like imagine if someone has both hit you and has told you that there's a ghost in your hotel. Which one would you want to speak speak up about first. Another good point that he brings up here is that whenever someone debunks Gabbie's accusations, she literally never addresses them. She's either like, oh my god, I have a bad memory, or just moves on to the next accusation.
And she's like, I tried to reach out to him privately.
I reached out to Alx immediately because I wanted to personally apologize to Alx for saying that publicly. He ignored my call. I texted him. He said that he didn't want to talk because he was sleeping, and I didn't hear from him again. A couple days later, he put out a video.
When you address Gabbie Hanna with something that Gabbie don't want to talk about, what she's gonna do is she's gonna look behind her, and behind her is a box of projections. She gonna reach her hand in that box and she gonna say, but you.
Alx also says that he never told her that she needed liposuction or a nose job, as Gabbie claims that he did. He says she basically came over while he was healing from his liposuction and nose job, and she wanted to know everything about it, so he basically was like, if you want a nose job, then just get one. And she twisted that into a whole story of him bullying her and telling her that she needs a nose job.
Alx James used to bully me all the time about my nose. It was a constant, everyday fucking joke. And on multiple occasions, he told me to get a nose job and liposuction. He once told me in front of our mutual friend at dinner, don't you think Gabbie would look good with a nose job? Like, dead ass.
Also on the same topic, she said that he lied about getting in a car crash to cover up the fact that he got liposuction and a nose job. He says that yes, both the car crash and the surgeries were real, but they weren't because of each other. He basically lied saying he had to do it because of the accident, because he just didn't really want his fans who looked up to him before his surgeries to feel insecure about their own looks. Like, if someone had the same nose as him and he was like, ew, I need to fix my gross nose, that fan would probably think that there's something wrong with their nose too. Apparently, Gabbie also lied about suing everyone like Jen Dent, Alx, and Jesse. You know, the usual suspects. Alx says that there was no lawsuit, and it's ridiculous to even think that there's a case here. He said if anything, he has more grounds to sue her because she literally publicly humiliated him in front of his loved ones by pretending to be his hacker. If you don't know that story, the TLDR is that Alx had a weird hacker stalker threatening him before, and Gabbie knew about it. She thought it'd be a cute prank to pretend to be him and make Alx say really bad things about himself to his friends out of fear that the hacker would do something.
Made me completely degrade and humiliate myself. And if I didn't, he was going to release all of my photos. He said he had access to all of my accounts, bank accounts, everything. And he told me that I was done.
Who's that? What's wrong? What happened?
What do you mean? The person who's been hacking me this entire time, that was them. Like, I'm fucked. They have everything. They just told me they have everything.
So Alx exposed this clip of Gabbie to show why he and others can't handle her off camera and can't deal with that problem privately.
To say she will do and say the most vile and evil things to you you have ever heard is an understatement.
She said, I've seen the bruises. Oh my god. Wait, what? Did Gabbie just put mask on? Yeah, she did. I'll read it. She said, I've seen the bruises she left on her fiance. I'm not boxing Trisha.
Like, that's in very poor taste. It's just such a malicious joke. Another reason that he says they can't deal with her in person is because she sends her fans to attack others. She just hates when people don't comply with her demands.
Essentially, she reached out and she was just like, I'm making all these videos. I am going to be like doing like one and dones for every person who's kind of like fucked me over, because she was getting mad at me and mad at Ready to Glare and like everyone because we had made videos like defending her.
Yo, just because Ready to Glare didn't make a video defending Gabbie, she then became Gabbie's enemy, and Gabbie made sure she was gonna be in that series.
You, on the other hand, plastered her name and her face across your thumbnails and your titles and reduced her to a murder victim who Gabbie Hanna exploited by showing her picture. She has said that she was harmed by you, that you exploited her daughter, and you have not apologized. And I have. For her sake, this should have never been news. You need to apologize.
Alx also claims Gabbie's art glorifies untreated mental illness and wanting to unalive yourself. This is funny because Gabbie recently posted these on her Instagram story saying stuff like nothing matters and showing graphic stuff. This is pretty cryptic because we don't know why she posted these, but it would be a safe bet to say that she's only doing it for attention or for people to stop calling her out. It's just so sad because she knows her fans are really young and they really care about her, so she's scaring them by posting these weird stuff. Like, obviously your fans care enough about you to consistently attack random people on the internet, so if you cared about your fans even a little bit, you wouldn't be trying to alarm them like this. So I guess Alx might be right in claiming that she glorifies these dark things for her young viewers. He also pulls up this damning clip of Gabbie admitting that she doesn't tell her therapist the truth because she doesn't want to look bad.
To be completely honest, and this is like not advice that I'd like to give people because I think that I'm a very particular case. I actually found that I was holding myself back a lot in therapy because my social anxiety was so bad and my fear of being somebody that I didn't want to be was so bad that I was holding myself back a lot. Like, my mom has borderline personality disorder. One of my biggest fears is being like her. So I would hold back pieces of information that would make me feel like oh, well, if I say that, maybe that will confirm this thing that I'm so afraid of. It was just really hard for me to break that boundary. So when I started talking to a camera by myself, just kind of freely speaking, which is what my new channel is, I was able to do it without fear and without hesitation because I knew that I had the edit.
So like, if she's not telling her therapist the truth, then of course she's not telling her fans who give her all this money the real truth. Alx also spills the fact that in the first few months of moving to LA, Gabbie got kicked out of 3 of her friends' houses, those people being Alx, Jessie, and another girl. He announces that he'll cover the whole kicking out story in his next video, as this may turn into a series because of all the random accusations that Gabbie decides to throw at people. Moving on from Gabbie Hanna, in an interview, Harry Jowsey talks about how he met and became friends with Tana. Apparently, he says that he met her through his ex Francesca, who he claims is a major clout chaser. He says that they were clout farming like crazy, meaning both Francesca and Tana were just using each other for fame. Basically, they kept seeing each other at parties until he hit Tana up and they started to hang out. He says that they were best friends from the moment and then nothing more. The only reason they kept flirting and kept stuff online is to keep the fans interested, I guess. I don't know.
Play on that on social media, like really just push like, oh yeah, are they f***ing? Like no one knows, which is really good because it just keeps people on their toes, bro. I've said it in like many podcasts, like, never been there, never plan to go there. We both are very like black and white with our relationship.
And yeah, that was basically it for this one, guys. Leave a like on this video if you liked it, subscribe and hit the notification bell so you'll know everything once there is some hot tea. Comment down below letting me know if you want me to cover the second part of the series when it drops, because this one was a juicy one. If you can't get enough of the tea, you should check out our Twitter where we spill all tea that we don't get to cover on this channel. Thank you guys so much for watching and have a great day. Bye!
Change people's minds. I love you. I swear it. I would never lie, but I feel for all